Hello and welcome to the SWOB channel, Suffolk Women-Owned Businesses. My name is Sue Hall, and aside from running my own small business in the Suffolk area, Made to Clean, I'm also the network leader for the Ipswich branch of WIRE, Women in Rural Enterprise. I know what some of these home-based women entrepreneurs get up to, so the SWOB channel is here to showcase some of those women for you and the talent we have in the county. My guest this morning is Kay Barton. Hello, Kay.
Good morning.
And you are a kinesiologist.
I am indeed.
I'm sorry, my dog here is in the studio this morning as well, so occasionally Presto may come into shot. But Kay is a kinesiologist who tells me that kinesiology can also benefit animals and children as well.
Yes.
So we'll come on to what that is, because I'm fascinated. But what I'd like to delve into first of all is just your little bit of a background, because you were originally a nurse, weren't you?
I am, yes.
Yeah?
State registered nurse and state certified midwife.
And a certified midwife.
Definitely.
Right. How many babies have you delivered then?
I'm sure it's 100 the last time I checked.
Wow,
Yeah.
100 babies.
Mm-hmm.
And you're originally from Scotland, although you were brought up in Suffolk.
That's
yes.
right. Yes.
And how did you meet your husband?
On a blind date. Yes, which is the fact that we'd both done all that we'd wanted to, I think, in life. I'd been out to South Africa. Mm-hmm. And we were ready, I think, to sort of settle down to go on to the next stage. And so I met him on the 1st of February, we were engaged on the 23rd of March, and married the 9th of November the same year, which got tongues wagging.
Pretty impressed, actually. 7-week courtship before you got engaged. I mean, that must have been something. And you're celebrating 38 years of marriage this year, are you?
This year, yes, in November.
Wow,
yeah.
Okay. And how many children have you got?
2. Yes.
And you're a grandmother now, aren't you?
I am indeed, yes. She'll be 2 in next month.
You didn't deliver her, did you?
No, no. She was a special baby. She was an IVF baby, so
right.
It was a definite hospital delivery.
Sure.
And quite honestly, I don't think, even though I would have liked to, I don't think in the end I would have done it, because if anything had gone wrong, I would have been devastated. But no, she was fine. 12 hours from start to finish. And she's beautiful. Yeah.
So when did you leave the NHS?
In 2004.
And with any clear idea of what you wanted to do or not?
Well, not quite. I had ideas, but then a friend of mine that I knew lived in Colchester, and she was a kinesiologist. And so I thought, I wouldn't mind going to see what this is all about. So I went over to hers for the day and shadowed what she did in her clinic, and was very, very impressed. And so I thought, right, so I asked her about how I got trained. Well, she said, you have to go to London, because in fact there are 5 like religions of kinesiology, and health kinesiology was what she did. So I thought, well, that's what I will do.
What are the other strands of it then?
Classical, progressive, and I can't think of the other 2. But they're all, as I call them, religions, because they're all means to an end. So we all get there to the same.
So the goal of kinesiology is what exactly?
Is to benefit, to get the benefits, because we don't say that we cure. Because we can't, it's just not allowed. Simply because if anything happened, like if we gave a diagnosis and then the client expected to be cured, it just washes the whole thing away, and the credibility is just gone.
So it's not a diagnostic tool,
no.
That is very clear, but it does follow the Chinese meridian lines, doesn't it? Like acupuncture and acupressure.
We use the acupressure point. Yeah.
So it is about energy.
Energy and energy balancing. And so this has really been going on since the Aztecs valued the sun because of the rays, the heat rays, and they. So it's thought of that long ago, and it comes really under Touch for Health and complementary healing. And of course Touch for Health has been going ages.
And what does the word kinesiology mean? I mean, where does it originate from?
Well, kinetics is the Greek word for movement, and the movement part of it is when we use an indicator muscle to give us yes/no answers, because we have to ask the body first. If we can't do the energy corrections that we've got, or that the body says, there's no point in actually doing the energy corrections, because it has to be what the body wants. It's all very logical and processed. And because I always ask the client to fill in a medical form so that I've got a basis to work from, and then I find out from the body, is this what I should be sorting out, or that, or that. Once I get what it wants me to sort out, then I have to ask the body, in which particular way do I work in kinesiology, because there are 3 ways in which we work.
So by asking a muscle a question, how does it indicate its response to you?
Well, a no answer, the muscle will drop. If it's a yes answer, the muscle will lock.
Okay.
Like that. But people have different tensions. So when I have to first find out the sort of tensions, because some people spring.
Okay.
Like that, and
I can't imagine I'll spring.
And some people just flop, you know, and I have to, when I say I want you to be in a ready position, it's like hitchhiking. So I always say, imagine you're going to hitchhike, and that is the ready position for the muscle. And so I have to find out, first of all, what that is, what the tension is for the yes/no answers. And then I do a balancing, because I can't work on the client until they're balanced, and I have to make sure that I'm also energy balanced. So it's a two-way thing.
So how long is a full treatment then?
It lasts either 1.5 to 2 hours, depending on whether they've done the medical form before they come.
Okay.
If they haven't, then it does take the full 2 hours, you know, to get sorted.
And is this something that you would recommend as a course of treatment, or just one treatment? I mean, how does that work?
It depends. I mean, for example, if it's an allergy, possibly the one treatment will be enough, although they might have to do a little bit of homework on themselves afterwards. If it's a phobia, it's a little bit different, because I'll take a phobia of flying. Somebody who wants to go abroad, or the husband wants to take them abroad, and they go, what am I going to do? And so I have to start with them. First of all, I have to find out the points I have to hold. And if there are loads of points, I have to use a COSBAT, which I'll show you later on. But first of all, I get them holding points and say, right, we're getting packed for your holiday. And if they're happy enough with that, I say, right, we're now taking the cases downstairs and we're going into the car. And if I notice that they're okay with that, then I say, okay, now we're in the car travelling to the airport. And we've now got to the airport. And if they're okay, still okay with that, because sometimes I can notice that they're getting really jittery. And at that point I have to stop and say, I think we'll have to carry on from there the next time.
Okay.
But if they're okay with that, and then we get to the desk, and we get the boarding passes, and we go to the lounge, and then the next step is, right, now we're ready to board the plane. If they're, again, okay with that, we get them sitting down on the plane, and we get them ready for takeoff. You've done your belt up, and the captain has said, or they've done all the special things they have to do, that's the fire exits or whatever. And again, if they're okay to that point, we go for the takeoff and landing. But that might take 4 sessions. Then I do also tell them that if they're okay with that, they can go to the airport and they can go on the simulator. They will take, if they know people are really bad, they will take them on that.
Oh, that's good to know.
And,
so everybody is going to be different, how they react to this, and that's why you have to take it slowly with some people.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, I'm keen to know more about how this works. So I understand that you want me in a fairly relaxed position.
Oh, very relaxed.
Okay, well, I'm just going to put my feet up on this table here.
Well, first of all, I'll show you, these are the magnets that we use to get your energy balanced. And I have a positive side and a negative side on
Okay.
there. And as you can see, it depends. Sometimes I have to use more than one. So they're all the same.
Let me just show the camera this. I don't know if you can see the magnets in there.
They're all the same as this. Yeah.
They're all the same. The Scotch magnet's seriously magnetic. Okay.
And the other thing I have, they're called COSBATs, which in fact means cosmic batteries, which sounds as though I'm going to send people into space. But sometimes we have quite a number of points to hold. They can be on the feet, obviously on the body, and on the head.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we're all trying, we look as though we're playing Twister. And it's not possible. So then I asked if I can use COSBATs. And it may be one, it may be two, but that is what they look like. You can take one out to show.
Okay, this is a COSBAT.
Which means that the little spiral inside that actually collects all the points that we're supposed to be holding. But with that, now we have a particular point that we put this on the body, and we say, ask the body, is it the normal point? And which means it would be there.
Okay.
That's where it goes. Sometimes they want it there, or upside down. Or they might ask for it to be put on the back.
Okay, so what you're going to do for me now is what would normally be done in one of your taster sessions, isn't
That's
it?
right.
Just, and it would normally last for about 10 or 15 minutes?
Yes, they're 10 minutes or half an hour. And
okay.
it allows people to come and ask questions, find out about it, and if they decide they're not quite ready to come on for a full session, at least they know about it and they can tell their friends and family. There might be something in this, so come and ask.
Okay, so what do you need from me now? Let's start. She's going that pretty way. You could have
going the mystery tour. Okay.
Cleared a space for you here as well. Yes.
You're getting friendly.
Because you woke him up, he was nice and settled here. Okay.
Okay. What I can do, it has to be one that the body will accept. In other words, that I can do for demonstration purposes.
Okay.
Because any other corrections that I do, I obviously have to ask the body first. And then we get on to the corrections.
Okay, well I know my body pretty well. It'll probably let you do absolutely anything to it, so it'll be interesting to see what you get.
Right, first of all, I find the tension in the muscle, and the muscle we use is this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, I want you to say yes.
Yes.
And I want you to say no.
No.
Okay. That gives me the idea of what the yes-no answer tension is in for you.
All right.
So that when I ask the questions,
Mm-hmm.
then I know that I'm getting the right answers.
Okay.
Right, now what I'm going to do is, it's the balancing. Okay. Now, keep your muscle ready. That's
Okay.
fine, I'm ready with it.
Okay.
There you are.
There is a real science to this, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Good. Now, can you put your hand where your navel is and just make sure the palm is over the navel? That's fine.
Okay.
Have I permission to continue? Have I permission to do a BBEI? Now, what a BBEI is a body-brain energy integration. Sounds wonderful, but it's the one, because this is, as you say, it sounds all very scientific, but mind and body is the main two words in this.
Mm-hmm.
So, do I have the permission to work on SWOB now? Right.
So my body's going to let you?
Yep.
I knew it would let you. My body doesn't say no to very much. I'm very hedonistic.
Okay. Now, this particular one I'm doing is to do with fears. Now, I have lists, and the three top lists are fears of. The middle two lists are fears of not being, mm-hmm. and the last two lists are fear that. So, what I ask the body now is to find out which one I've got to use on you.
Okay.
Okay, right. And I do what I call a not questioning. So I say not. If I get to the one that it wants, it'll go down.
Oh, okay. I'm going to close my eyes because I want this to be...
Right. Is what I want for Sue in the first list? Right. Okay. One thing I should do, first thing, I have to ask how many items.
Oh, God. So, yeah. Okay, right.
How many items do we have in this BBEI? 2. So, 2 items. Now, your first item is fear of being hurt emotionally.
Right.
Now, for this particular one, there are very few of the energy corrections that I do that actually have their own points. Most of them use other points, which I have to find out. But this is the particular one that has its own points. Mm-hmm. Now, I tell the client they have to use the thumb and the finger, and they put them on the temples. And then the finger, top finger, goes on where the fontanelle would be, the anterior fontanelle, which would be...
I don't know what an anterior fontanelle is, Kay, so you're going to have to tell me.
The babies always have a soft spot. Have you heard of a soft spot?
Yes, you trained as a midwife, not me.
Soft
spot. If you said soft spot, I would have got it. But okay.
So when you actually hold it, it would be you would be.
Yeah, I've got it now. Yeah.
Okay. Then you take that away. I will tell you when I want you to hold those.
Oh right. Okay.
Now the first thing I want you to do is I'll check that is right, mm-hmm. and then I will get you to hold the points.
Okay.
And then when you hold the points, you take that hand away.
Okay.
Right. Holding points, and I have not yet. Sorry. When you hold the point, I have to check first of all. So what I want you to do, you think of fear of being hurt emotionally, and I have to connect with you. That's why I have to hold your hand or arm. So what I want you to do is think of that, and I'm going to check. Hold your hand like that. Now think of fear of being hurt emotionally. Okay, that's right. That means it's telling me that's what it needs correcting, that I'm right. What's found out. So if you hold your points like you did before, okay, and I want you to continue thinking fear of being hurt emotionally, and don't worry if I start to yawn. keep thinking. Okay, what we'll do, we'll check now that that's complete. We'll put your hand, palm over your navel again. Get your arm ready. Is that item robust and complete? No, you haven't got your arm ready. That's better. Okay, now we've got to find the second item.
So is that it?
That's the first item. You have
Right.
2 items.
I've got 2. Oh, right,
So,
okay.
I have to do them item by item. I can't do the 2. And
What was my second one?
I'm going to find out. So
Okay. Sorry, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I?
You can relax that.
Okay.
Yeah. Is the second item in this first list? Is it in this 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 list? This list? Is it in this list? That's better. No. Not.
My dog is absolutely enraptured with you.
The second item is, it's a fear that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fear that is, I can't have an integrated body.
Can't have an integrated body?
Mm.
Wow. Okay, I never knew that. What's an integrated body anyway?
Coordinated, I suppose, might be a better word.
I can't dance to save my life, so I don't know. So it's a process of elimination, really, isn't it? For phobias and things, you sort of.
Yes. Sometimes, you know, I get them and I sort of they look at me sideways and think, what does that? So I said, look, may not mean anything to you at the moment, but once you think about it, yes, perhaps that's what what it means. Because I never know what it means to you.
No,
I know what it might mean to me.
Okay.
But that's pretty different.
And we do the same thing now, do we?
I want you to hold on there, and then I check that it's the right one. So keep thinking, fear that I can't have an integrated body. Right. It means yes, that's the right one. So again, hold your points now. Take that away and relax. And then I want you to keep thinking that, fear that I can't have an integrated body. And again, don't worry if I yawn.
That's one of the side effects for you, is it?
Yeah. Okay, let's just see if it's complete. Let's pop your hand over your navel again. And think the thought again. Yeah, okay. And then I have to ask, once I've done the items, I have to say, are these 2 items of BBI robust and complete?
My body tells you yes.
Yes. Yeah. If not, then I go back to holding points for a bit longer.
Okay.
Until your muscle tells me that that's complete.
That's very interesting, because it's almost Reiki-like in its approach as well, isn't it?
I guess similar, yes. Yes.
Yeah. That is.
As you can see, there's loads of things on there.
What kind of success rates have you had with the treatment? I mean, have you sort of...
The phobias, when I've done a phobia, that's the one I can think of particularly, that I did manage to get her flying to the airport and flying. Obviously, she was a bit jittery once she sat actually on the plane, but she said to actually get me there and get me on the plane was something else, you know.
And how many sessions did that take?
4.
Right.
And I had somebody who had a phobia of cats, and I had a cat at the time, and I started with a picture of a cat in a book in the library around the corner, and then I gradually brought the cat to outside the window, and then I brought the cat inside. The cat was sitting in the corner, and when she was happy with that, I said, no, I'm going to bring the cat to sit up on the couch. It's imaginary. First of all, are you happy with that? Yes, she said, I think I'm all right. So I said, well, we'll do the imaginary cat. And I said, then I'll bring my cat in. And she got to the point where she was able to stroke the head of the cat.
The imaginary cat?
No,
the
my
real
cat, when I brought it in, yeah. And so she was quite pleased with that.
Good. So any kind of phobias or anxieties or things, I mean,
yes.
What about if somebody wanted to give up smoking?
We can, yes, I can. We can see how we get on with that, if that's what the body says it wants me to do.
Right, okay.
And again, it might only get them to a point, because after that, it's often 50% of it is themselves wanting to give up. So to benefit, they have to realise that to start with.
So just to back up on the treatment you've just done on me this morning, one of your taster treatments, it identified 2 fears that I obviously have subliminally or whatever, don't really know about. What you have done has now corrected those, or corrected my perception of the fears, or what has that actually done?
It should sort of benefit and help you to get to the point where you're okay with things.
Okay.
You know, you can cope.
Just after that short treatment?
To be able to cope. You may find, some clients have come and said, I'm okay so far, but maybe another treatment will get me just that bit further. It's
interesting, isn't it? Because this Chinese meridian energy lines around the body, I know when I studied massage years ago with the acupressure points, when I was practicing on people said when you press in a certain area, they feel it in other parts of their body, you know, and you would be following it, and they'd say, I felt it in my foot, or I felt it, you would be nowhere near the actual point. I have to say, when I was doing that, there was a point I felt it actually in my neck, and I felt it wasn't a rush of anything. It was almost like air escaping. It was very gentle, but it was quite relaxing. Quite a relaxing sensation to have.
All sorts of things happen. You know, clients do tell me they've either sort of felt, as you say, this, or you know that they've felt it hot. That sort of thing. So various things can happen depending on the client. You know.
So if somebody wanted to try one of your taster sessions, how would they get hold of you?
They ring me if they can find me on that, or
what's your website called?
If they can look, if they see.
What's your website called?
Health Assurance Suffolk.
Health Assurance Suffolk, all one word.
.co.uk. Health Assurance Suffolk.co.uk.
Okay, and it's Kay Barton. And just read out from your card some of the things that kinesiology can actually help with.
Because we can do pain corrections and get it to a point where they can cope. You know. Diarrhea. I haven't had one of those, so I can't sort of say yes, I've done that and I've benefited. Okay. Digestive problems. People who have irritable bowel syndrome, we can help them to get more benefits and to cope with what they've got. Insomnia. Emotional distress. eye problems, headaches, hormonal problems, phobias, as I said, stress, tension, and much more.
Okay, so if you are interested in having a treatment with the lovely Kay Barton, healthassuranceSuffolk.co.uk, and it can treat and help all of these other problems. Now, do you do this in your home? Do you have a treatment room?
I do it at home, and the only thing I would ask them to take off is their shoes.
Okay.
Because I might need to hold points on their feet.
Okay.
And so, yes, and I always tell them that. If they are at all... children, I think at least up to 18, if I have anybody between 12 and 18, or even younger definitely, I ask them to have a guardian, a parent. After that, it's up to them if they want to bring a parent just to sit in.
Okay.
And men, if there are various points that we hold, sensitive points, I get them to hold. Otherwise they can feel a bit sort of off.
And the one last question I want to ask you is about pets, because you mentioned that this can be quite useful, but you need to channel it through the owner.
Through a surrogate, yes.
Right.
I mean, if you were the owner, and you would be on the couch and the pet would be sat between your legs, and I would use your arm, provided you were actually holding the pet, the paw or whatever. So sort of digestive problems, eating problems.
This one is fine, but we've got another one at home who's got some very, very strange phobias and emotional issues, so maybe we may be thinking of coming along to your treatment room anytime soon. So have you ever treated anyone famous, either in your kinesiology, midwifery or nursing career?
Well, nursing, I did have, who do they, Dr. Scottish doctor.
Dr. Finlay.
Dr. Finlay.
Dr. Finlay's casebook.
Yeah,
gosh, that goes back. Yeah.
He was actually in Golders Green in Adam's Apple, and I went on duty a following night after actually seeing this. And who should come into the casualty but Bill Simpson?
Dr. Finlay.
Yeah, but he was very nice,
delightful,
no problems with him at all. I told him I'd seen Adam's Apple, so he said, "Oh, well, that's all right." And I said, but other than that, no. I myself was met Benjamin Britten. I was in Noah's Flood when I was a teenager.
So you've been on the stage, you've trod the boards, have you?
Yes. Yeah. So.
Well, you've certainly got a very interesting new career post-NHS, which is always good to hear, because I think people do tend to sort of, not sure what they want to do. And that's the way it's spelled, kinesiology.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's my dog. Yes, Presto wants to be in this as well. He's fine. Okay, well, Kay Barton, thank you very much for your time. So, and I feel as though I know a lot more now about kinesiology. So I wish you well and thank you very much.
Thank you indeed. Yeah. Yes.